What up, everybody? It's your boy Ricky Rick, and your boy Ricky Rick is back with another Ricky Talk. And today I want to talk to you guys. I want to share something with you guys, actually. Something that's going on in my personal world that it kind of makes me think of some episode. It makes me think of an episode from Boy Meets World, the original show with the original cast. In this particular episode, where Mr. Feeney asked Eric to help him out with a particular class. In this class, of the group of people that are in it, they are a group of class who are need to take a test in order to become U.S. citizens. And Mr. Feeney asked Eric to hand out the test at the beginning of the hour and collect the test at the end of the hour. And Eric does the opposite. He doesn't listen to Mr. Feeney. He ends up tearing the test, and instead he plays a hand poker game, but with a little twist, a strategy. And it's a great episode. If you guys haven't seen it, it's definitely on Disney Plus. Boy Meets World is the show. Mr. Feeney, Eric Matthews, the dynamic duo, incredible. Where I'm going with this is that in my personal life, you know, I had different jobs. In every single job, you know, I'm always been obviously when you apply for a job, you're the new person, right? And my experience on applying for jobs and starting to work for new companies, I have come to realize that a lot of companies have very poor ways of training their staff, poor ways of training their new members, their new crew members, very poor training methods. You know, it's like you got to go through this progress to get hired. You got to get an application, whether it's in person or you have to go to their website and apply for the job. Then after you do, you have to get in touch with the boss, with the manager, hoping that they will give you a call, hoping that you'll reach them at the right time. Finally, after you go through that, you go on to a one-on-one interview progress. They ask you a group of questions. Some of them might hire you on the spot. So after you get through all that, they have this great method of how you gotta go through just to get hired. Once you get hired, you know, they ask you to do some training videos. Sometimes it might be training videos. Sometimes um, you just gotta go for it. Orientation, learn about the rules, and then you're on your way. In many cases that I've seen in my past, and to this day, I feel like a lot of big companies have very poor methods on how to train new people, new crew members. And in these situations that I've been in, where I am no longer a newbie, no longer a new person, and a new person arrives, a new person gets hired, after me, I have always had like a soft spot, meaning I like to help out the new person, and I try to pass on my knowledge, try to help them the best I can, whether it's a man or a female. I try to show them the steps, what to avoid, what not to do, what to do. Um, of course, it takes time. Anything takes time. You have to practice, you have to try, you're going to make mistakes, which is normal. Um, but even when you do make a mistake, you want to learn from it. You always want to learn. Every single day, you want to learn. You want to learn a little bit more. And you gotta ask yourself the question. That person can't ask you the question for you. You know, the one who's helping you, the one who's training you. You have to be the one to ask yourself the question: what is it that I did wrong? Why did I do it wrong? You know, you're gonna, you have to be the person that's gonna want to learn, want to do good, especially when you get hired and you're getting paid, because you know this is your money. This is how you make a living, and this is how you pay your bills. And you know, I know money isn't everything, but money does make life a little bit easier. You know, you can go to sleep at night in your bed. You can come home, hug your loved ones, laugh with your loved ones, party with your laugh with your loved ones, knowing that you can take care of them, that you're taken care of, that your bills are paid, you got food on the table, you got clothes on your back, and a roof over your head. So, um, you know, I'm not the type of person to be stingy. You know, I like to help out people. I like to share my knowledge. I feel like, you know, I feel like a part of me is like if I do a good deed, maybe someday, maybe not now, or not the way I expect, a good deed will be returned to me. And I don't do good deeds just expecting for something to happen. I just think that it would be nice if that's the way the world works. But sometimes it doesn't work like that. You know, like I said, you know, sometimes, you know, you can be a good employee, you can be a good person, a nice person, you can work your butt off, but sometimes you feel like, you know, you're always being screwed. Sometimes things doesn't seem fair. Sometimes you feel like other people got it easier than you do. Um, but you know, sometimes people go through different obstacles, tougher than others, and that's why people are different. There's different levels of strength, being strong, focus, your mentality, you know, the ability to keep going when life gets hard, when life gets tough. You know, especially right now, like a lot of people who are in quarantine, you know, them being stuck at home, running out of things to do, you know, might be hard for them. But a person who is used to this, you know, uh, maybe a person that doesn't have friends, is not really social, um, is not used to going out all the time. This is a normal thing. It's not a big deal, you know. I read something today which was brought to my attention by having a simple conversation, and it reads, "Do not concern yourself with the how or the when. Your only concern should be feeling good and knowing that the universe is working to make all that you want possible for you." Now, that phrase right there, wow, you know, that actually touched me. That actually impacted me. And I actually do believe that. I actually do believe that do not concern yourself with the how or the when. You know, I feel in this world, the world has a funny way of how things work, you know? How or when, no one knows. Your only concern should be feeling good, which you always want to feel good. Every single day you should try to make it a good day, you know? Even if you have a bad day, or you're having a bad hour, or whatever it might be you're going through that's tough, just know that there's someone out there in the world who has it tougher, you know? Always remember that. Knowing that the universe is working to make all that you want possible for you. I truly believe that. Even when things are not so good, not so pretty in my world, in my life, I feel like the world eventually will bring all the good that I deserve. Not because I'm a good person, not because I'm a good guy, not because I feel like I deserve it, I just think that the world has a way, an interesting way of blessing you with good times, bad times, and whenever those things happen, I feel like there's a lesson behind it. Um, and sometimes you can question it. Sometimes you can ask yourself why. Why now? Why me? And who knows? Maybe one day you look back at it and be like, that's why. I'm glad I did. I know one of the toughest times in my life where I distanced myself from my friends, my family, thinking I was doing the right thing. Sometimes it was one of those scenarios where there is no wrong. You know, they're right, you're right, but a different, there's only so much right, I guess you could say. And then you go through these things that you put yourself into and went through. And then one day you wake up and look back at it and think about it in a different way, a different point of view, like thinking, damn, if I only did it this way instead of that way, or if I would have gone this way instead of that way, how my life would be, you know? But like this one scene from Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift, Han says, we make choices and we don't look back. So whatever choices you make in life, don't look back. Don't have no regrets. Just know that the choices that you made in that time, in that day, you did it for a reason. And you stand by it. And if it was a wrong decision or a bad decision, and you know it was, make it right. Make amends. You know? As long as you're alive, it's never too late to correct things. Just a little Ricky talk today. Hope you guys got something out of it. Yeah. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Hope you guys had a blessed day. As always, it's your boy Ricky Rick. If I'm not making you laugh, not making you smile, or not keeping you entertained. One more thing. Pura agua. I am your host, your boy Ricky Rick. Until next time, this was Ricky Talk. And we are